Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Great Awakening Generator. I am Rose McNair, and yeah, your host. And dare I say, we've been a little bit not the host with the most, but we've been a little bit scarce on the Great Awakening Generator, right? I'm just going to turn something off here. Sign in. Oh, and I just want to go. I don't understand. I just quit that. Okay, there we are. Okay, we're live, and that's all that's important. Well, it's been a bit quiet on the Great Awakening Generator. We were supposed to do the Words of the Light series on Sunday, and I'm sorry we didn't. And I'll tell you why. I was really unwell on Sunday. I just could not get out of bed to do the Words of the Light series. I had so much inflammation in my joints. And for those of you that watch the Great Awakening Generator, you know, I talked about it before, having had a diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis 10 years ago, having gone into remission, and then it's in the last 12 months, it's returned. It's no longer in remission. Anyway, combination of that and I suppose ascension symptoms and all of that. And you know what? Poor Claudia was ready to go, and I was not this time. So I do apologize to you that we didn't do anything. I've got some really good news. I have quit my project. Yes, enough is enough, I guess, right? When you get to a stage where you cannot walk properly, then you have to start reviewing, hey, what do I do? Because of course, it's not the cause. The project was not the cause of the rheumatoid, but the project and traveling to it, the stress of travel and being 4 hours in traffic in a day was something that had impacted on the body. And so, you know, you had these results. So I have decided to do the common sense thing, and I have foregone my project. It was a lot of, obviously, when you have more work, you have more money to live with. And so I had to really forego everything in terms of that. And I'm okay right now. I'm okay. I understand that. It's where it's at. So, you know, that's the update. That's the hello and the update. Now, I've got to say, to everybody that's new, if you haven't caught anything that I've said earlier, to say welcome. Well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you're going to find some joy in the things that we put out here on the Great Awakening Generator, as well as on Light Language Messenger. I've been thinking about how we go forward. I've been looking at some of the videos we put out, and I realize some are really good and some we need some work on. And for the moment, the focus is to just carry on with life, doing the channels. And I have one client that I work with, that I've been working with for the last 7 years, to carry on working with them. And that is great because I do most of my work at home, and I go in once a week to see them. And they live, I beg your pardon, they work, or the business is not so far away from where I live. So that's really where I'm at. And, you know, I'm just going to ask for guidance from the universe about what we do here on the Great Awakening Generator. Who needs to come onto the Great Awakening Generator? Do we carry on doing what we do? And very important. I mean, I didn't think we didn't have to, but we must always have that option there to say we're open to whatever the universe is bringing out for us. So we are not surprised, or we're not disappointed if it comes out, well, you need to quit this, you know. So anyway, I thought I'd go live because recording it and then trying to put it on afterwards and all of that, I thought, oh, no, let's not do that. So this weekend, I know we're doing the Words of the Light series, and so that's what we can look forward to. Going to start doing the light language messages again on Light Language Messenger, and passing it or posting it on here as well, because I think the light language messages, I really love them, and I really love doing them. So it's really good, something to do. Now, right. So there you go. I've given you all my news so far, right? But one thing I want to say is, come back to the health thing. I had gone to my GP on Friday, and or my doctor, for those who don't know what a GP is. And doctor was very concerned about the inflammation levels in my body and things like that. And just because I do not take medicine, I don't take the disease modification drugs, there was not much the doctor could offer me. And, I didn't want to go to see the rheumatologist because I'm pretty sure my rheumatologist is going to suggest a medicine to me that's going to give me more side effects than it's going to be helpful. And what I want to say about it is that I was in that state, but I had people like Claudia, people like Emma, people like Carol Bird, Carol Bird, who was on the channel talking about the EE system, able to offer me things to help me feel better. And I've had the EE system with Carol Bird a couple of days ago. On Monday Sunday night, Claudia did some clearing for me. Emma Liston has been talking to me. Emma Liston has been helping me prior to this anyway, leading up to all of this with her, with the oils. She gave me an energy healing as well. And so one of the things I've realized is I felt braver through this time. I didn't feel as scared as I could have been, as I have been in the past when inflammation is rife in the body. But I felt good and safe and supported because of these people that walk the planet, but are friends in high places. Yeah. So Claudia, Emma, and Carol, thank you so much for your help and support and for the offerings that you've given to me, because I could not be feeling as confident to go outside of the mainstream as I do now. And look, I'm not discounting anything doctors say, and I'm not saying this to you so that you discount what your doctor suggests. I'm just saying, because of my choices, my doctor didn't have much to offer me because I'm the one choosing not to go down more medicine, more clinical stuff. So there's not much my doctor can do but say, okay, control the diet, watch the diet. And speaking of the diet, I've noticed that, look, I have to really review my diet and change everything that needs changing. I had a glass of wine last night and I felt the inflammation was higher. It was just more intense in the body. So whilst I've started my recovery, and I'm looking forward to coming back to the wine. So these are the things we need to look out for. Okay, so what is it that we might eat? I eat strawberries and inflammation's rife in my body. So I'm sensitive to that. So therefore, if you're in that situation, I want to encourage you, look at your diet, because even if you're doing the mainstream medicine, that's okay. But diet plays a major role for inflammation in the body. The gut health is what really needs to be looked at if you, if you're finding that you've got inflammation in your joints, because a clean gut means less inflammation in the body, right? So, just some things like that. I just noticed, so I've just noticed, like, if I eat something too sweet or if I eat something too acidic, like, strawberries can be like that. Generally, wine does not give me inflammation, but perhaps I just need to not have it for a while. Maybe my body just doesn't like it now. Maybe it's in a state of where it's too, it's sort of needing to a lot more recovery before we can take it chances into, oh, let's have some wine or something like that. So I thought about it that maybe for the next month I'm going to give up drinking wine. I don't drink a lot of wine, but I do drink it from time to time. I'm going to maybe just go completely dairy free, because I do have a bit of milk in my tea and I do have some cheese. I mean, it's my go-to food, right? There's not much I can eat at this point. So just maybe give it up and see what happens, and just try to eat fresh, organic food, wholesome food that I prepare. I mean, I don't have a lot of takeaway or takeout, but I, just prepare my own food, prepare good food, prepare food where lots of green vegetables, lots of all of those things. Have the green juices. I had some celery juice this morning, celery and blueberries with a bit of ginger, all fresh, blended together into a juice. It was very, very good. Very good. So I just need to get back to that. So if you're in my situation, I'm going to encourage you, look at your diet, look at your exercise, look at what you can forego. I love walking my dog now because I walk him off lead on a dog park here, or a reserve. And we just have a great time. But it's been a challenge for me to physically move like I said. And so I've got my daughter helping me with walking him a couple of times a week. She and a partner helping me to do that. So if you're in that situation, ask for help. I learned this time I had to ask for help. Also, it kind of started for us from about the end of September, beginning of October, where we went into that super full moon of the 29th of September. And oh my gosh, everything started to shed lights. That light started to shed on things or shine on things that we did not know was going on in our world or in our family. Somebody was is terminally ill. And so I feel like from that time, we kind of got put in a tunnel and we were going through all of these experiences. And a lot of it was karmic. And hey, I know you've heard me say this before, and I'm sorry if it feels like I'm a broken record, but I'm saying it because I've come to realize that really need to clear the karma. Face it, because hey, this is about ascension. The planet is ascending. We want to ascend with her. And so if we do not, then I think the consequences, we come back and redo everything. Do you want to redo everything is the question. What is your ascension plan for yourself? And mine is to ascend. That's it. There's nothing more I want to do about my ascension plan. I want to ascend, so I'm going to do the things I need to do. So I'm going to encourage you, or I am encouraging you to do that. The other thing is, in this time, there was a lot happening. We got a lot of downloads from the galaxy. We got a lot of, light and lots of light and energy coming through. And I'm sorry, I'm a bit distracted. I see all these emails coming through, and my email's not even open. So I don't even know how that's happening, but okay. All this light coming down, all the light codes we were getting, we definitely need time to assimilate all of that and adjust her body. So I hope that if you've been going through upheaval, and I mean upheaval in the sense like unwellness, because that for me was the worst. Excuse me, the pain was the worst. The pain is the worst. I think I could cope with many things emotionally and all of that, but the pain was the worst. Now, Carol Bird said something interesting to me, and she said, inflammation in your body, Rose, symbolizes on an esoteric level or in a spirit, from the intuitive perspective, it's saying that there is anger and unforgiveness. And I had to go in and ask, okay, so what is the anger that I've repressed? What is the unforgiveness that I haven't forgiven? Who is it? What is it that I haven't forgiven? And the only thing I could do was I found a Steve Nobel meditation about this particular topic of unforgiveness, and I did it. And I'll do it again if I need to, because obviously the situation hasn't changed completely. Because to be honest, the inflammation and pain in my body, it's got to go for good. I'm not having that in my body. I want to be this well-rounded human being, balanced, well-rounded human being who's ascending into the fifth dimension. That's my thing. So she mentioned that, but she also said black seed oil is good to drink. And she said a turmeric drink. We know about turmeric, we know about ginger, and to drink alkaline water. And I just got all of those things. I mean, I always have turmeric in the fridge. I always have ginger in the fridge. So I had those things, but I had to get some alkaline water because I had water, but it wasn't alkaline, like 9.5 level of alkaline or alkalinity in the water. Yeah. And black seed oil, well, I got it. And yes, definitely how you have it is diluted with something. It's kind of strong. I had it strong. I have a strong constitution for bad, bitter tastes. And I tried it. It was okay. But I just found that I digested it better also when I added it to something that I was drinking, like a lemon drink, hot lemon drink, and all of that. Okay, so I think I needed to say that. I also had a lot of activation around my third eye, a lot of headache. Lots of headaches through the days. So just remember to be easy with yourself, because you're going to feel all these things. We got those light codes. We're getting it from all sides. But someone said the end of November starts to see the end of these things. And I said it last week, Saturday, on the live chat we did with Emma List. And I said, oh, wake me up when November ends. Well, it's here. And I'll be honest and say that I can see the differences. I can see certain things coming up about that. I can see that this is slightly different. Now, when I say I can see this is slightly different, I can see some things shifting and changing. I mean, look at it. This week, my doctor had put me off sick for the whole week. I couldn't go to my work on my project. And then on Monday, when I sent my sick note in, the project manager asked me, so what are you going to do? Are you going to be ready to do the work on Monday next week, meaning the 4th of December? And I said, well, I was thinking, oh, maybe I should say yes and let her be the one to decide that I don't want that she doesn't want me at the project. And I suddenly heard this voice saying to me, come on, bros, grow some and do what you know is right to do. You call this, you just say it. Say what you need to say. It's common sense. And then I said, I have concerns for my health. And I'm afraid I think it's best for me to forego my project because the traveling is too much, and that is really aggravating an already aggravated situation. And that's it. I called it. And then the following day she came back and she said, okay, Rose, I've seen your email. And yes, of course, that's fine. We understand. I've never done that in my life before where I've left somebody in the lurch like that. But when you've got to do it, you've got to do it. Whatever the lesson was in that time that I needed to learn, the time that I spent on this project, I hope I'll see it later. I mean, I see it now. I see it now as in like I went back into the corporate world and I didn't quite fit in there at all, actually. Yeah. I was also not very interested in other people. In terms of the project and all of that. And then I started to get the vibration of, oh, you're not doing enough. What's wrong with you, Rose? Those things, because I was not. I told them I'm not here on time every day because I'm so late, all that. And then I thought, well, you know what? I don't actually care about what people think. I think if somebody wants to have an attitude like that, then they can just go ahead and have an attitude like that. Who cares? That's just up to them. And, I've never done that before in my life. I've always got bothered by what people have said. So there was like this time where I thought, well, okay, really, Rose, in the grand scheme of things, why do you care about what these people think? Even if you stage your long term, what they think is irrelevant. You know you, and you know what you're doing. And if somebody has problems with whatever, they need to tell you what the problem is, and confront it with you rather than give you an attitude. And if they're going to give you an attitude, just ignore it. I was able to do that. So you see, lots of learning. So today I want to give you a message, and I'm going to give you a message from the Beyond Lemuria deck. I was trying to get a card and so many cards were falling out. And then this one, I thought, oh, it just came out twice. Oh, don't tell me this too. I love it when the universe wants to give us more than what we ask for, right? And we want more of good things. More of the good things we ask for, more of the same good thing. Well, not more of the same. We just want more of the same, as in more of the good. This card is the element of water. It is the number 12 card, which in numerology is a 3, comes to a 3. And it's called the Overflow. And here she is. She's a beautiful maiden, I think we'll call her. She's in the middle of water, beautiful water. And look at her heart. Look at her beautiful heart. Look at the heart. There's the heart there. Her heart. Now, I'm sorry, I didn't put it up on screen, and I apologize for that. I just didn't get a chance to, but there we go. That is the card. And what's beautiful about this is that water is flowing, and I think we did this on Light Language Messenger. We have spoken about this card, I think. We've got water flowing from above and out of the hand, and all of that into the little pool of water. It's the water flowing, flowing, flowing. Somebody sent me this week examples, pictures of water when water is polluted. Then if you send healing to the water, what it looks like, it actually shows a heart shape and something like that. And I thought that was pretty awesome. This yeah, wow. There are crystals and there are roses all alongside this card. So I have not read what it means, and I can't remember what it means. Yeah, if I've prior to this, but it really, again, for me, I see the heart chakra. I see the heart chakra, but above, can you see the half crescent there? It's also indicative of as above, so below. I don't know what the card says, by the way, and also the flow of water, the flow of life from above into the present through the body to cleanse, to clear, to and going into the pool of water she's already standing in. Let's read. Right, so here we are. It's the number 12 card. You know, I was listening to one of my other recordings that I did of Izzy Ivy's, and I thought, this is a lady. You just can't go wrong with her cards. There are no misses in there. There are no misses at all in it. And so let's read, right, and find out what this is. And this is probably we'll see whether it flows with what we're talking about today. So the little synopsis of the card is this: abundance, non-attachment, the paradigm of no scarcity, allowing financial and energetic gifts to flow through and create more. Just talking about giving up a project, right? During one of this is Izzy talking about herself. She says, during one of her most pivotal Lemurian visions, she was guided into a life where she lived in a humble mud hut. She says, as I could create any thought in the multiple dimensions that I had access to, I simultaneously resided in a beautiful crystalline palace. I found myself in a paradigm where I could create anything at will, and thus there was no concept of scarcity nor the need to hold on to anything. This experience initiated a shift that changed my life. This is Izzy Ivy talking about herself, by the way. She says, we may only be starting to touch on this notion in our mundane reality. When we give more from a place of overflow than obligation, even when we create even when we think we have nothing, having it come from this mindset can only create a more abundant flow of what we want. The being in the picture has many hands, and yet still the water is allowed to fall through her fingers. It blesses her in the moments it touches her radiant skin, and then continues on its journey. Her heart is also overflowing with love. Her eyes are filled with tears. She allows what comes through to move her without control. She gracefully allows whatever she is feeling to be expressed, and as she does so, she radiates so much light into the world. The theme is allow for flow, receptivity, the path of least resistance, purity, clearing away that which no longer serves. Emotion. Right, friends, we can't make this stuff up. I was just thinking about me and my work and what I've been saying that's going to happen on the Great Awakening Generator. I love the work I do here. Well, it's not even work, it's fun, right? I love what I do here. I love what I do on radio. And I have not been at radio for about 5 weeks. And it's my intention to return tomorrow because, my show is done on a Friday. I've got something really special happening on that show. We're playing some dedications to the person in our family who is unwell, has a terminal illness. It's his birthday. in a month's time, but he's in a bad way. And so we're just going to pay homage to him and his life here on the planet. I am going to be playing some music that I know he loved when we were younger. And because whilst he's at the moment, he's struggling to speak, he is able to listen. And I'm trying to do that tomorrow. I hope all goes well and we actually pull it off. But yeah, it's in progress. I will also put in the description box the link to eastfm.nz, where you can catch the radio show. I am on there from 3 to 6 p.m. every Friday. And if I'm not in the studio, then I will have a I would have a playlist already set up for you. Tomorrow in particular, we're playing some good 80s music because we were teenagers in the 80s. And there were certain songs that, you know, we loved and he had a weird dance to and all that. Yes, so that's what we're going to do. Now, friends, I want to say that many things have happened in this last month or two. It disrupted a lot of my life. It disrupted my time here on the channel. But last week, or a few days ago, actually, after I spoke to Claudia, when was that? I think Saturday. I just spoke to Claudia and we discussed what we were going to do on the Sunday morning Words of the Light series. I sat down and I shuffled my dragon cards. And the dragon that came out, that flew out, was the dark blue galactic dragon. Now, I'm not going to invoke this dragon because I think I've done some reading and I've given you a message, and I will do some language after this, but there's a reason why I'm not invoking this dragon. This dragon came to me with the intention that it now wants to work with me. I believe that everything that I've gone through in the last 2 months has put me in a place that has earned me the blessing. I don't say that we have to earn blessings, but it's now given me something where the universe, higher self, source energy has recognized something and sent this dark blue galactic dragon to me. It is beautiful. It is described as a dragon. Diana Cooper in her book describes it as a dragon that has been to all the galaxies, all the star systems, has traveled many places. And I thought, oh, this is what I say about myself. I've been to many galaxies, to all the places. I've been to many galaxies, many star systems. I've been to many star seed families. And it really very much sounded like a dragon that was being described where I describe myself and my work in the astral. Okay. And it kind of felt that. So I felt that this was very given to me very personally. So I cannot invoke this dragon until the guides say we should invoke the dragon. So it's the dark blue galactic dragons. I'm going to read something about it. What do they do? The dark blue galactic dragons are illumined dark blue galactic dragons. They are vast ninth dimensional beings. They sparkle and shimmer with the golden cosmic wisdom that they have earned through aeons of higher service throughout the universe. They glide among the stars, planets, and constellations, harnessing and absorbing their celestial light for use on their divine missions. As they do so, they balance the keys and codes of information within the light. That's what you need to know about them. They're ninth dimensional and they do those things. Now, I want to say something. Right. So as you embody this illumined wisdom, it opens you to higher possibilities, especially if your soul cherishes a wish to be an intergalactic master. I don't ask to be an intergalactic master, but what this dragon does is it helps you connect with the intergalactic council. All right. That is why I'm not going into the details of it, because I want to encourage you to go within, do your meditation, and ask about this dragon. If you are in a state of readiness for this dragon to come into your world. And if you are not in a state of readiness, then I want to encourage you to ask to become ready. If you have that intention, if you want to be all over the galaxies, all over the star systems, working, being in the astral, having these amazing experiences, the dark blue intergalactic dragon, not intergalactic, the dark blue galactic dragon is the one you might want to invoke. All right. So this here we go through visiting the Intergalactic Council. The voice of the universe. I want to read this one quickly. The Intergalactic Council is a body of 12 illumined beings who take the decisions for this universe. They are supported by a vast assembly of beings, many from different parts of the cosmos, and some still in physical bodies. The Intergalactic Council works in cooperation with the Karmic Board, consisting of 12 beings who administer the karmic laws. Some beings serve in both capacities. The Intergalactic Council and the Lords of Karma receive guidance from a higher authority, the voice of the universe. So when this dragon comes into your space and it takes you to the Intergalactic Council, you might be able to hear the voice of the universe, because when the Intergalactic Council have communicated with you, they will pull back and let the voice of the universe bring the message through that the voice of the universe wants to bring in for you. Now, I had an encounter with this dragon this week. I believe I'm integrating some of the light that it's given to me, and I resonate with this dragon only because of the fact that it's been all over the galaxies in different dimensions, different places. And so for me, I feel that makes sense. But I cannot invoke it for you. You will have to be the one to invoke it for yourself. Okay, friends. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. It's kramato fana kechela batuta taikera stefana karuta hita parikuti. Chukra pahina. Zelama kulama zamalek chena kida karafutaita toravata karama. Thank you so much. I'm back. And I intend to be back for a long time, doing the work for higher purpose, for our planet, for our people, for ourselves, for me, for mine. Baketata, bakuchele kichelene dolin de. Utrana keta farana keta tonoma ichka ina karotai. Oh, ala keta fanana kedo ma hitskunakte. Kurakstila mate kronchele keta tantovani kro tap tap tele tele chena jeda dalari amai. Gatskuna zamzem let's fla. Zamzle slek to sun lekichem. Amji chinakla tena tika lokutsafala tena do. We didn't have musicians mode on, so let's see. We might get a bad reception to that. Sorry about it. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. Catch you next time here on the Great Awakening Generator and on Light Language Messenger. Namaste. Kuramakata hai. Kurabaikacha. Kiskafarana. Namaste.